To my dear soon-to-be husband, we finally made it. They say good things come to those who wait. I think we waited long enough.
China has identified the cause of the mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
There are fears a rapidly spreading virus has reached Australia.
More than 3 billion people in almost 70 countries and territories have been asked to stay at home.
We're asking everyone to work at home if possible, postpone unnecessary travel.
It still seems so surreal that today is our wedding day.
It all began back in January of 2017 when Cory added Tara-Lee on Facebook from the advice of his matchmaker, aka his mom Marlene. She told him when he was ready and wanted a nice woman like her to get in contact with Tara-Lee. She also told Tara-Lee that if Cory Smith requested to add her on Facebook, it was her son and he was a good boy. You see, for people that don't know Marlene knew Tara-Lee because they both worked at the same nursing home. Shortly after a few messages were shared back and forth, Cory asked her to go for a ride on quad. It didn't take too long, mind ya. It was a Sunday afternoon, January the 15th. When she told me this, and anyone who knows me, I gave her the first degree. I said, Tara-Lee, you and quads don't mix. And furthermore, you know you're not going to let a stranger know where you live to pick you up. The reply I got was, Mom, I works in the same place as his mom. She's a very nice person, and if he's anything like his mom, I don't have any worries.
Cory, you have grown to be a patient, charming young man, and we are very proud of you, Father and I. Tara-Lee, we are so happy that you have agreed to be part of our family. You are kind and patient. You have a personality that fits perfect in our family. Plus, you love dogs. That's a plus. I have one little story to say. Cory was fishing with his father, and at the end of the day, his father came home. He said, well, you don't make a lunch like what Cory has. A piece of celery with peanut butter and these little raisins all on top and little love notes. So Bobby was a little jealous, I think. And right then and there, I said, there. Someone to take care of my son. That made my day. Thank you very much. I'm gonna sit down and cry.
Jessica Parson, Tara-Lee's maid of honor, was a different kind of friend completely. If you didn't know her and Tara-Lee's friendship, I'm sorry. There's no way to put in words the bond these two had ever since they were kids. One thing Jessica and I talked about a lot was Tara-Lee's taste in men. If you didn't know, before Cory, she dealt with a couple doozies, to say the least. Both myself and Jessica were around through a lot of Tara-Lee's heartbreak, venting, swearing off jerks, and second-guessing who she was as a person. One thing neither of us were going to stand for was Tara-Lee questioning herself or feeling like she wasn't good enough. We had many chats about how big her heart is, what a beautiful person she is, and how she deserves someone who will remind her of that every day. I think Jessica could tell within the first month whether the guy was right for Tara-Lee or not, and she was never wrong. Then along came Cory. And while I was here in Newfoundland during the time she met him, and I could only judge him based on her word, that was enough. Because for the first time in a long time, I could see the genuine happiness on her face. Of course, after dealing with so much mistrust and heartbreak, she was stepping lately, but she was happy again, and that's all that mattered. Once Cory came along, mine and Jessica's crap-talking chats disappeared. The next big thing we talked about was planning her bridal shower. She had found her happy, her home, the person to remind her every day of the amazing person she is. I wish, more than anything, that Jessica could be here with us today to see you marry the love of your life. She would have the funniest, most embarrassing stories to tell. Her laugh would be heard through the whole venue, and her smile seen from across the room. And if we were allowed, her dancing shoes would be worn out at the end of the night. I'm forever grateful that she was able to watch you fall in love and build a life together. And I'm certain she is watching over you tonight. Before I clear this up, there are a few things I'd like to say to you. The main thing being thank you. Thank you for bringing the beautiful smile back to her face, for showing her what true love really is, and for giving her the love she deserves. This past year has been extremely hard, and while it broke our hearts that we couldn't be with Tara-Lee during this time, we were sure she was being taken care of and loved during the most difficult time. We didn't have to worry about her because she had you and your family to lean on. Please, don't ever stop telling her how beautiful she is, showing her her worth, and loving her for who she is, and I know she'll do the same for you.
I, Cory, take you, Tara-Lee, to be my wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or worse,
for richer, for poorer,
For richer, for poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish
for the rest of our lives,
for the rest of our lives.
according to God's holy law.
According to God's holy law,
This is my son.
this is my
this is my
solemn vow.
solemn vow.